Hi folks, back again. And on the way I kicked over some of my oil pastels and I thought actually they might come in useful, some of the chalk and oil pastels. And honestly I have loads of friends who send me things. I have Claire Watkins, I have you to thank for the oil and chalk pastels here. They're wonderful. Thank you for that. And I got the kitchen paper. So there's a part one to this if you want to tune in. Getting a bit dark now maybe. It's maybe a bit grainy. I'll take a picture of it at the moment. My phone, even although it's got a cracked lens, because I carry stones in my pocket sometimes and I crack the lens, it still seems to take a better photo than the iPad does. So I'll just take a couple of pictures there while I've got. Yeah, it has the cheek to tell me that if I clean my lens, I think if the lens wasn't cracked, it would take a better photo. Anyway, that's that. I'll just take a shot of the picture as it is now. Okay. Okay, so I went to get the kitchen paper because I had put on these bits of the ink, and I wanted to let the ink not go wild altogether. Well, I do want it to go wild, but feel like the wildness that's here rather than running down and adulterating these leaves. Adulterating. Oh, and I did have the idea too, didn't I, of the alcohol ink maybe making a comeback here. I've got pink alcohol ink. I mean, really, it's not exactly the colour I'm after. Something about putting something in that resists what's here feels good to me. I wonder too about using a clean brush there. What I might do, if I had clean water, it'd be better, but I'll try with this water. Is that I could carve out something of the kind of shape of the petals with the water. I love that extracting to create an edge, the way that light carves an edge out of a flower and it shines through from the other side. Carves the edge out of anything, and sometimes makes the edge of things disappear altogether. The photograph of myself I took the other day, and sure, the light was coming down so much that my head was kind of looking at. My head was part of the sun. It was kind of exciting. I think it was a video I did the other day, and it, as I was saying goodbye, it just it was like a kind of a you know what I mean? A kind of light from heaven above came like prisming down. Maybe I'll think some of that alcohol ink on too, sure, for God's sake, why not? And I also had I also found some pink oil pastel, but I really know I'm just guessing. Sometimes guesswork, you know, it's okay sometimes to let behind with the unknown. That's what I'm to say to it's more than okay, it's kind of, I think, necessary. Pushing the boat out a bit. I love this blue. Chalk. And what about this pink? I think I'll use my non-dominant hand so that I'm not making it too particular. It's maybe not as dark as I want it to be there. And this then is just Indian ink, barely diluted with water. And it's an aerosol, some kind of it's a spray bottle I got from Lidl that had originally alcohol ink in it. No, it didn't. It originally had acrylic ink in it from Lidl. There are 4 different colours, but the bottle itself is great because it's got this stick in it that I can use as a drawing tool. This is the kind of thing now that I find deeply satisfying and playful and fun. And this is it. There's other things that I find satisfying and fulfilling in different ways, like painting a flower in oil and like modeling it best I can to really feel like the flower in the light and all that. That's fun too. There's a cause sometimes for this kind of devil may care abandon. Like there's definitely a place for that, and I don't know if it often is given room. I don't know if it's often a space that we will occupy as artists in the world at the moment, like this kind of idea of, well, I don't know, let's make a judgment on it. But for myself, like I find that I need to really, I need to kind of remember how significant that, um, and rich that attitude, atmosphere, and the creative kind of blocks of playfulness, like, and how necessary, absolutely necessary it is. It's beyond it, it's kind of critical. It feels like a critical thing. Otherwise, we start to become complacent and follow trends or, for feck's sake. I think especially if you're a creative in your life, you're kind of wanting to, and all of us are, we're not, I think, wanting to follow trends, but to be the ones creating our own path, like, and that'll make the world a far richer place, I think. Geez, I'm really on my soapbox today now. But it's good to feel, it's good to be here. I'm happy to be talking as I'm working here. Yeah. And we need make no excuses for ourselves, like. Maybe sometime we might find the courage to actually celebrate ourselves. And that's not in a kind of aren't I great, esteeming myself way. It's more recognizing the divinity in us. I said that word. As Annie Lamott says, we're allowed to say words like that in California, but I'm not in California. Like, I suppose something I mean is like the sacredness of us, celebrating the sacred that's in us. Because, God, like we're made from stars, something like that. And yes, I have had a coffee today. But I kind of have a coffee most days and don't always end up. And I don't often end up with a monologue like this. It's not down to only the coffee. And I think you might find if you're an artist as well, like, or if you're somebody who's also a human being. In other words, like, we're all artists, for God's sake. But you might find too, what was I going to say? Something about monologue. I have no idea what I was going to say there. I need to listen back. Or not. I've said enough. I'm trying to find my way through this here to explain the leaves and stems that are happening here. And there's some value in losing a thing before finding it again. And that wild goose, you can make a wild goose tame, but you can't make a tame goose wild. Starting a portrait or a painting with this freedom, knowing that you can fine tune or whittle down or consider care and model and all the rest of it, and actually just discover more as you go, and to have the bravery to make a mark even when you don't know fully, because it'll be good enough, and then there'll be another mark that might follow it. It's a bit like just take the next right step, in life in general, I reckon. no matter what. Like some days you wake up, like Donna Ashworth was saying on her Instagram, she's a lovely poet, you know, Donna Ashworth, I love her work. Said that she wakes up some days sad. No matter if she counts her blessings, she feels even more sad. And she said, like, it's okay. It's all right to just have the sadness sometimes. I forget where that was going. I don't know what I could do is launch in there. A stem. The stem could come up there too. And this leaf here is green. Blue-green maybe. I do like that blue. More like a turquoisey. It feels to me a bit like the colour of the cyclamen leaf with the light falling on it. I'm guessing it'll feature on top of these dark leaves in places here and there. Oh, that could have been a fun one. I could have left it intact. More glue. It's quite a workout getting this PVA glue squirting out. It's been a while since I've made a mess. I had my routine. I had my spot for painting and over there by the table, and it was the light that caused me to come over here today, and I'm glad it did, because sometimes it's good to shake up the old routine. Again, that's another paradox in life, isn't it? We need to have sometimes a structure within which we can definitely show up for ourselves every day, for our creative selves, but also we need to be willing at some point to let go of that too. It's a funny old dance, isn't it? This thing of being a human being, like trying to manage all that, you know. Yeah, ritual is helpful, routine is helpful, and then other equally wise folk will tell you, never do anything kind of, above all, resist developing habits. And then there's atomic habits that allow you to live a creative life because we've got some structure within which you can be free. Atomic Habits is a book written by James Clear, and then there's other people who tell you, do not ever confine yourself, like David White saying, in the morning you wake up and the day opens out before you. This is paraphrasing big time. And he says, as soon as you make a plan, it closes in on itself again. As soon as you start to plan, he says it much more eloquently and beautifully, but it's basically, you already know what's gonna happen. We're far too big to live within a plan or something like that, he said. I'll just splash this now because I've got a feeling it started getting a bit safe again there. It's all bubbly. We don't have Persian rugs in our living room, so I don't have to worry too much about it here. Oh God, I didn't want it going up into the pink. See that bit there, flying north. I didn't want him to head up there. I wanted to have some sort of a dance going on here that allowed all those bits of turquoise paper to make sense again. If I had white, but I've got gesso, maybe that would work. Oh, God, I keep knocking things over here. It's a bit clear, Jess. Let's try it. I was saying if I had gesso, what I could do with it is, I'd say it's mud. It's got into clay. This gesso. It's not going to work for me. What I was going to do with it is to kind of create some space in between. Oh, look what I nearly forgot. It's fluorescent pink. Was there any left at all in it? Create some spaces, I was going to say, in between the flowers. That's what I was wanting to do with the white. If this isn't exactly the pink, which it isn't, I don't mind because I love the brightness of it. Oh. Only when it goes into the Indian ink, it's not that bright. Oh dear me, mixing it up with the ink. I think it only needs to be an edge anyway. Yeah, there's the risk, and there's the. Here we've got a little bit of white oil pastel that might work. Because you see, I think there's room to make some spaces in between these flowers. I'm going to sit and look at it again. Better pick up some of that green. I think there's room to make some spaces between the flowers with the white oil pastel. I'm going to observe the spaces and do my best to explain where they are with this oil pastel. There's a few spaces too down there in the midst of the green. And there's a losing and a finding and a losing and a finding. And you never know if you're going to end up lost. And lost is not a bad place to end up here, because then you're still on the journey. I think it's time, if we've got some left, for some Caribbean blue. I can find the Caribbean blue. Did I use it today? I think I did use it on that other one. I think I didn't use it on that other one. Maybe I don't need it. It was kind of to stop that side from feeling too yellow-green. I'm just shooting up with the grey here. And then it might come falling down on this side a little bit. Do you know what I love too is this blue. I don't know what colour exactly it is. No. I think I might eat something now. I'm a bit hungry. I can start getting clever and regret it. End of story. That's the end of my story there now. And there's the inspiration. It's kind of tricky to see it, isn't it? Because it's a bit dark, a bit grainy. It's starting to get tricky for me too to see it. But I'll take a photo and put it on Facebook or something. Okay. All the very best, everybody. See you next time. Bye.